Hi everyone, and welcome back to another Speed Build Sunday. And yeah, we are doing a quick build today, but it is the family farmhouse that I had been working on the past few weeks. And yeah, I actually really hope you guys did enjoy that. It was probably one of my favorite builds, to be honest. And yeah. No, it was definitely one that I really liked. And, you know, looking back at how I did certain things, I'm just like, oh, you know, I wish I had kept that, or, you know, I wish I had, you know, maybe done this a little bit differently. The one thing I really wish I had done differently is putting it on a smaller lot. I don't know why. It's just having it on such a big lot, I think, really, I don't want to say overdid it, but it made it harder to fill up the space. And I was noticing that near the end, it was just, you know, it was getting hard to, you know, fill up the empty space that I had. So there is a lot of empty space here, and I don't know. Do I hate it? Not really, but, you know, I just wish, you know, there was more that could have been done. And I definitely think if I'm to do anything like this again, I am definitely going to be doing it on a smaller lot. But overall, I really do love this farmhouse. It's very simple, simplistic. That's what I was trying to say, not simple, simplistic. And it just, I want to live here. I want to live here. And yeah, it's just, I really did love it. So I hope you guys did too. I will, of course, link the full playlist for this. Well, I don't actually have it in a separate playlist, so I'll just be linking a playlist. So I might put it in some playlist. I'm not sure yet. The funny voices are back. Yeah, I got my coffee. But yeah, so I think I mentioned this the first time I was working on this build, but I was indeed looking at a reference image when I was putting it together. So I wasn't sort of just doing this, like, you know, without, like, how do I say it? From, not from memory, but sort of like that idea. So, yeah. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Basically, I was using a reference image for the house. I really wish I had gone for one that was all on the main floor, so it wasn't like 2 stories or anything. And I think if I had done that and let it take up more space on the lot, jeez, I cannot think of words today. If I had done that and let it take up more space on the lot, I think it would have helped. But at the same time, I still have, like, I think using one of the biggest lots in the games, so, because this was, I think it was a 64 by 64 lot that I'm using. And if it's not the 64 by 64 lot, then I don't want to try building on the 64 by 64 lot. But I think that's the biggest lot in Brindleton Bay. The biggest lot in Brindleton Bay, I think, is 64 by 64. If it's not, then it's either 50 by 50 or 50 by 40. But yeah, no. This, like I said, big lot, biggest one in Brindleton Bay. And it wasn't until I was doing this that I really started to notice just how big the lot was and how much I did not like it. Oh yeah, and then I sort of took care of the garden off screen because there was some stuff that I was wanting to do that is just trying to figure it all out. It could have been a video on its own. I'm actually I was actually glad that I took out that because it was annoying to try and deal with all of it, so. Oh, yawn. Oh my gosh, seriously though, guys, like, I am not sleeping well. I don't know if it's just like sleep apnea or sleep apopnea, or I just have really bad insomnia. I don't know what's causing it, but I am not sleeping at night, and I hate it because, you know, I start yawning in the middle of videos. Although I have to admit, I love that I put these shelves there. Oh, I really did love them. I don't know, it looked different, and I like it. And of course, oh yeah, it was funny because, you know, I'm doing all this stuff, and I'm just like, do I have dogs? Like when if you go back and watch it, I think this is either the second or third video I posted. No, I don't know. But I actually like stopped, and I was just like, does this household have dogs? In the end, I was like, yes, they have 2. And oh my gosh, trying to figure out couches, like here, it looks fine and everything, and you know, I'm just like moving couches around. And I thought I had finally figured out something, and then I remembered I had to put a fireplace in here. So, yeah, that was fun. Yeah, I think, what was it? Island Living had recently come out, so you'll see me using a lot of the Island Living stuff. I tend to do that when new packs come out. So, yeah. So we're on to another part. So, once again, I am redoing the barn. You can see me sort of like taking inspiration. Oh, that was it. I think I was talking about wanting to redo the barn because I had gotten all this new stuff. And I actually ended up redoing the barn. And there is the greenhouse. So what I'm figuring is like maybe the barn had been larger, and what they did was renovate it so that it had like a little greenhouse onto the side. So I kind of hope that works. And yeah, I was so confused on what to do with that bathroom because, like I said, I was using a pre-made house, and I think what they had actually done, and I probably should have done this in my own, was they had a bathtub down there, and it's just like, oh, you know, that would have been a perfect idea for did I put laundry in this build? Yeah, because it's the room right there. But they had a bathtub down there, obviously, for like if, you know, there was like a dog or something, which, you know, this family has 2 of, and I don't think I put in a bathtub anywhere else in this build, so that kind of sucks because there's not only the 2 dogs, but I also have a toddler, and we're on to another video already. Okay. Oh my god. That was me. I had a hell of a time with the roofing for that. I think I just finally gave up, and even then I think I went back to it a couple of times. But yeah, so I don't think I have a bathtub at all in this lot. And again, that sucks because I kind of need a bathtub to wash the dog and the toddler. So yeah, actually no, I think the parents' room has a bathtub because I think it has a shower and a bathtub. And I really like what I did with the shower. I really like that. And I'm frozen here. Oh, I think I was looking up something. And I really should have gone back and watched the videos beforehand so I can figure out what was going on. But yeah, so a little bit of a nice walk-in closet there from the bathroom. So yes, there is the bathtub in the parents' bathroom. But is there one upstairs? I don't remember if I put one. I think I must have, because I knew I had the toddler. So I know the one bathroom is just it has a toilet, shower, and the sink. But I think in the other one, between the 2 rooms, that one has a tub. I'm not sure. Oh, okay. So we're on a new video, and this one must have come out around the time where they did the update. I think it was the June update, or it might have been July, I'm not sure. But basically, they did the update, and you were able to sort of, it was the, show live edit objects. That's the cheat. bb.show live edit objects, and basically all the stuff that you see in game, like the build items that are in game, you can now get. This was right when you could get them, so it took me a while to learn the cheat. I know it now by memory. I know a few of the cheats off by heart now. I know them. But yeah, so so that was like right after that cheat came out. So we have some really nice detailed cars now. So, what I ended up doing was grabbing some of those cars and putting them in there. So I put in the garage, and honestly, if I were to redo this, I would have put the garage next to the ensuite bathroom, just because I feel like it would have sort of extended the house out a bit more. And I think the same for the... Oh, there is a bathtub in that one. Awesome. Okay. So there is another bathroom. Bathtub. 4 bathrooms. But there's only 2 tubs. But still, there's the tubs. But you see how on the side I have the little, like, conservatory kind of area? I think if I were to redo this, and later on if you haven't seen the real-time builds for it, later on you'll see that I put in a sort of study area there. I think what I would have done is move the lot over some, and then put the little conservatory at the end, so it looked like a really long section of the house, instead of putting it sort of behind, so it's kind of like in the backyard. Just to sort of like elongate the house. And then the same with the garage, I would have put it next to the ensuite for the master bedroom, rather than putting it in front like where it currently is. Which, I mean, I could probably go in and change that. Not too sure, though. I don't know. Oh, something that... Oh, I wouldn't say it sucks about this, but a little bit upsetting is that... Oh yeah, and you can kind of see I did a lot off camera, so yeah. Basically, between the 2 videos, I completely redid the garden, as you can see. And yeah, so this is what I was talking about. So you have that little space there, so what I'm doing is putting in another room. And so what I would have done is, instead of putting it there in the back, I would have put it off to the side, so it was like a really long space, rather than like, instead of going to the back, it went off to the side kind of thing. I'm trying to indicate where it goes, but you guys can't see me. And she's like, well, there's no real point in me using my hands. I hope you guys can understand. But yeah. I don't know. Like, at times I really like it there, but at the same time it's just like, well, cause, yeah, see, looking at it right now, I don't care much for it. So maybe putting it off to the side would have been better than putting it to the back. But at the same time, I feel like this is sort of like a workplace for the father or maybe the mother, but they're more family oriented than a workaholic. So I feel like, you know, yeah, it's their study, but it's, you know, it's theirs. Also, ignore some of the custom content stuff you're seeing. I had it in the game when I loaded up, and it's just, I did not feel like changing it at all. So, yeah. Okay, so are we on a new video? Yes, we are. So you can kind of see where like the video stops and starts. So, yeah. I didn't bother to cut out the beginning and endings. Honestly, I probably should have. It would have helped cut down on the video length and everything like that. Oh my gosh, the length of this video. Okay, so before, oh yeah, I remember when that happened. That scared me. Like, it was near the beginning, so I was like, well, if I have to change it, you know, I can easily change it, but oh my gosh, that had scared me. I thought my game was like kaput. But yeah, so the timing for this. So I had the 10 videos. So, and oh, I don't know how long each of them were, but they're all about like half an hour long, let's say. So 10 videos, each half hour long. So that's about 5 hours. 5 hours worth of video. And there's a lot of stuff that I cut out from some of these videos. So you are actually seeing stuff that I don't think actually made it into the stuff that made it onto the YouTube, like when I posted them on YouTube in like the real time. I think. I'm not too sure. But I think there's a lot. Yeah. So you know what? I'm gonna say yes to that because like looking at some of the stuff I'm doing, it looks like I'm not cutting out like, you know, me putting in the cheats and things like that. So that's interesting. The biggest one would be when I'm finally working on this barn, because I think I pretty much cut out all of it. Because I kind of went off on a tangent when I was doing this one, and I was like, I just gotta cut all that out. But yeah, so I'm you know, using some more of the cheese. I found some interesting items I thought would be nice and just took up a lot of space on the lot, and I'm like, yes! So using that. And pools. Pools also take up a lot of space, especially if you want a decent sized one. Pools. Big items and pools. But yeah, no, I was finding it interesting, like finding like some of the stuff that I could use, and it's just like, oh yeah, so I love those little cars in the back there. It's just like, oh, they're so cool. I did put in sort of what is it called? Paint? Lawn paint? I think that's what it's called. But I put some of that in. Oh yeah, here's me just like filling up the area with like all this like all these decorations, and it's just like, I know probably wouldn't actually do this, but you know. And then it's just like put some of the Christmas stuff on top of the pumpkin carving station, because I'm like, well, you know, you'll probably only use the pumpkin carving station around Halloween, so it's fine. And then I was like I was putting in some like other items, because you know, I don't want it to just be like Christmas and Halloween stuff. Oh no, sorry, Winterfest and Halloween stuff. So I put in like menorah and so. Oh, that was one of the things I had to cut out. It was me saying I couldn't pronounce one of the items I had put down. Oh, my phone goes off. I couldn't figure out how to pronounce one of the items I had put down, and it was just like, how do you guys pronounce it? And it didn't even make it into the video. But it was one of those candles that I put down. I think I highlight it later on so you can actually see what it is, and I think I talk about it in the other video. But yeah, I have no idea how to pronounce it. And then I finally remembered to put in the dog training stuff, because that's what I kind of wanted that little area for. I feel like I really should have put a fence around that, so it was sort of like to keep the dog in and whatnot, but I never did, so that's interesting. And then yeah, so I think yes, this part I don't think you actually saw me do at all. I think this was strictly for the speed build. So yeah, that's a little bit interesting. And oh my god, I remember to do this, I was so happy with myself because it made it look so much better. And here's me having more trouble with the driveway, so yeah, that's fun, the driveway, but you know, it works. And you know, just, you know, putting in a bunch of different items, and honestly just trying to make it look like this family had maybe lived here for a while. I put oh yeah, it's just me going through, like, because I'm trying to figure out what more I could put here. Really wish I put in that fence. I wanted to put like ivy and stuff along the house to make it look a bit older, but I feel like maybe they take good care of the house so that the ivy isn't creeping up it. But I ended up putting the ivy on the back of the barn there, so you know, points for trying at least. And I was trying to figure out what I could put in front of the windows here, because I kind of just wanted to. I didn't want to put the ivy on there again. I wanted something to block it, but not completely. And I don't think I actually ended up finding anything I liked. No, it looks like I just ended up putting the bushes there. Cool. And then, yeah, so I put in some plants, like maybe, you know, some plants are growing out of the, cars there. You know, they've been sitting there for a while. And I forgot I put the flowers there. Don't I get rid of them? Because I think I get rid of them at one point, because it's just like, well, how are they supposed to get to the rest of the stuff? Like, walk all the way over to where the pool is? So I might be getting rid of it. I'm really putting in the dirt already? Jeez. Okay, 20 minutes went by pretty quickly. Really? That's how I put in the dirt? Oh my gosh. What was past me thinking? Oh my gosh, that is such a lame way to put in dirt. Oh my gosh. Okay, no. Past me is an idiot. That's for sure. But I guess since we are putting in the dirt, that means we're at the end. Yeah, we're pretty close. So, I want to thank you all for watching this. I hope you guys have enjoyed this little series I did. If you like the real-time speed builds, let me know down below. And I can definitely do it again, just smaller lot. Yeah, but anyway, again, thank you all for watching. If you have enjoyed it, please hit that like button, and if you have not already, please hit that subscribe button and notification button to stay up to date with all the videos that I post, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, everyone.
Allons plonger vers les cieux de Méditerranée.